Going to start in a minute because some more devotees been log in. So I just give a couple of minutes. Okay, right. So good evening again, everyone. So today is our fourth day and the last day. So last day means in two meanings. I'll explain you later why I say the last day. Um, so So we did three sessions on the first three noble truths over last 3 weeks. And first of all, before we start, I know our Bante's birthday was yesterday on the Vesak day. So he was born on such a important day. So we all should wish him he may eradicate his old birthdays from this life and attain Nibbana because of his Dhammadana and all the other things he does for the community, including meditation and letting people to be generous, offering dana, and again, conducting these type of sessions. Okay, now, so if you could see the reference, what I've been using for this session, if you need to take a picture or whatever. So especially we using Jara Marana Sutta, Majji Sutta, and Dhammachakkappavattana Sutta. So I have a good news to tell you, because last time, so we had two ladies. One of them was, 1 second please, someone else trying to log in. Yeah, so one of them was Dil A. I don't know her name exactly, and then Susan and Samantha. So in case if Buddha was there, Buddha would have told uh, Anyasi Vatabo instead of Kondanjo, Dil, Samantha, and Susan. But if this session was delivered by Buddha, they would have definitely attended at least Sotapanna stage. So I'm not saying others did not do anything, but by answering my questions and asking probing questions from me at the end of the session, so I realized these three ladies understood, and they at least they got Sutamaya Jnana, or we said about three type of Jnana. So therefore, I really happy with the last session. So at least some of us understood and realized this. But I'm not discriminating others because I don't know whether they understood or not, because they did not ask questions or any probing questions. Okay. So what Buddha said? Buddha said, I teach suffering, its origin, cessation, and path. So that's all I teach. So today, not like last week, so I give you half an hour to ask questions after our practical session. So therefore, let us not ask questions throughout the session today, because this is our last day. So why did I highlighted this last day? If you really concentrate on this session today, so you may probably don't have to listen to any talks in the future. So I'm not saying you all going to understand this and I'll be such a marvelous speaker or Dhamma speaker. I'm not saying that, but you will understand at the end whether I said correct or not. Okay. So then what is Four Noble Truths? Because I can see there are some devotees today who were not here on last three sessions. So the Four Noble Truths is the truth of universal suffering, and the truth of origin of suffering, the truth of the cessation of suffering, truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. If I give you a simile, if I suggest, like infection COVID-19 is the truth of universal suffering, and the virus COVID-19 is the origin of suffering. And getting rid of that infection is the cessation of suffering, and medicine and vaccination are the path, like Majjhima Pratipada on Four Noble Truth. That is the simile. Okay, but please make small notes, and if you had to ask any questions, please be free to ask after the session. So as we said, we just to recap. So what is dukkha satya, or the truth of suffering, universal truth of suffering? So there are three types. Dukkhe dukkha, okay? Suffering of suffering. It means things appear, things disappear, which causes pain and mental distress. When we talk about Jane's daughter's death last time, you could remember. So Jane had a lot of pain, physical and mental. So that is the dukkhe dukkha. And viparinama dukkha, whenever happiness is disappeared, when the happiness disappeared, yeah, so then we not happy anymore. So it means that's called viparinama dukkha. Example, you're watching a movie, so after 2.5 hours time, movie is finished, you're no more happy, so that's called viparinama dukkha, because we're not ready to accept the change. And then the most important one is the sankhara dukkha, suffering due to constant change. So what is sankhara? Like we said last time, the birth is suffering, aging is suffering, and illness is suffering, death is suffering, sorrow, lamentation, grief, pain, and despair suffering, association with what one dislikes suffering, and separation from what one's likes suffering, not getting what one desires suffering. Consciously, the five aggregates of clinging are suffering. So that's the five aggregates we're talking about, sankhara dukkha. I believe you can see my PowerPoint. If you can't, please, one of you, could you please let me know if you can't see it? So then in short, the five aggregates is suffering. So we talk about Jane's daughter's funeral. I show you certain pictures. We had a discussion on that. So what is five aggregates? What are five aggregates? Form or matter, rupa, vedana, sanya, sankhara, and vijnana. So this is what causing all these sufferings, birth, aging, illness, death, all happening due to the sankhara dukkha. Then what's the origin of suffering then? Dukkha samudaya, craving for sense pleasure, kama tanha, craving for becoming or existence, bhava tanha, craving for non-becoming or non-existence, vibhava tanha. So we talk about two types of bhava. One is jati bhava. Once we die, we're going to have a rebirth. And then karma bhava. So we have all the time bhava. So we making karma, we gathering, we collecting karma. That's called also bhava. So there are two types. Then craving for becoming or existence, bhava tanha. If craving for non-becoming or non-existence, vibhava tanha. We explained this one in details last time. So then but craving includes not only the desire to seek happy and pleasant experience. So we attach to ideas, beliefs, theories, dhammas, and opinions. You listen to dependent origination a month before, and then listen to many other talks last week or before last week. Today you're listening to me, but we have no ending desire to listen to Dhamma. That is also another tanha. So when are we going to end this seeking? So therefore we need to think. That's why I said, if you can try to make this session maybe the last or before last one, then we have no tanha. So we are not seeking any more Dhamma, because that is also a tanha, kama tanha. We listening, we hearing, we gathering information, we go everywhere, or otherwise we listening to many talks on Zoom, but never ending seeking Dharma. And craving for sense pleasure, most important one we said last time. So it means attraction or enjoyment. It means whenever we contact things with our sense organs. So number one, we have attraction or enjoyment. We call asada, an evil consequence or danger, adinava. But if we understand the adinava, today you're going to understand more that on my practical session, and freedom of liberation, nissarana. So whenever you understand I am trying to enjoy something, seeing with my eyes, or listening with my ears, or smelling with my nose, or tasting with my tongue, or touching with my skin. But if you can understand the evil consequence or the danger or adinava, we try to escape that. Okay, so that's why we're talking about today the Marga Satya, or the noble eightfold path. Okay, so it means we have gratification, aswad. We try to please our eyes, we try to please our ears, nose, tongue. So it means we have never ending aswad. But if we can understand the danger of that, which I explain you later, we try to liberate from that or to escape from that. Okay, so then we said craving for becoming or existence, bhava tanha, non-becoming or non-existence, vibhava tanha. Okay, that is the dukkha satya. So then what is the samudaya satya? Okay, samudaya satya. Um, yeah, so we got Susan here. Susan, I really praise the questions you asked last time, because you one of the three understood my teaching last time. So we started again just to recap that, okay? Yeah, you're welcome to the session again. So what is the samudaya? It means arising. It means why this is happening. We said COVID-19 is due to COVID-19, a virus. It's not a bacteria, it's not a fungus, it's not any other thing, it's the virus. So likewise, we have a samudaya. So why this dukkha arising? We think it is the, like Buddha said, it is due to tanha. So tanha is the one immediately palpable one, palpable cause, but it is happening due to Vedana. Yes, Buddha said immediate palpable cause is tanha, but there are some other things behind that. Let's see what are they. Now, okay, yeah, I'll come to that in a minute. So that was the Samudaya Satya, so the Tanha. And Nirodha means how we going to we have to get rid of this raga, greed, dvesha, aversion, moha, illusion. So that is the Nirodha. Okay, let me just show you the dependent origination cycle you did with the very famous monk 2 months before. So now if you see here on this cycle, uh, passa, passa is the contact, okay? And then feeling, craving. Craving is the, if I start from contact, craving is the third one, which is tanha. So we said tanha is the palpable cause. It means we can palpate that. We know this is the immediate cause. When we have tanha, we try to cling into that. Okay, so craving is leading to clinging. So clinging is leading to bhava or becoming. Then becoming causing birth, jati, jara, marana. So let's come back now, the other way around. So who is calling jati, jara, marana? Bhava. Okay, so bhava means not, I'm not talking about next bhava only. So I explained you what bhava is last 2-3 sessions, but anybody got any questions, I could explain again. So bhava not necessarily means bhava after death. Okay, we have every moment bhava, bhava, bhava. Buddha said like a matter of second, even less than second, we have bhava, we making bhava. So why we making bhava? Due to clinging. So why clinging? Because of craving. But the problem is why craving is happening? Because of Vedana. Either you have pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, or neutral feeling. Because of one of these three feelings, we are going to crave. So then who causes the feeling? The passa, the contact. So you had a nice Dhamma talk delivered by Buddha Rakkhita Thero 2 weeks or last week, I think 2 weeks before. So it was called Sparsha Samudaya. I remember it's the topic was, which is very complex talk, very complicated because the topic itself is very complicated. So we're going to go through that also today because that was part of my lecture anyway today. So now where we are now, so tanha, the craving is the immediate palpable cause. What do I mean by palpable cause? Just say doctor is palpating a patient's abdomen because we got some doctors also here, but I am sure you could understand everyone. So doctor is palpating, just touching the chest, touching the abdomen, we call palpation. So that is the immediately doctor find there is a lump in the tummy. So immediate palpable, so the lump. So once doctor open the tummy, when they do a surgery, we can find the real cause. So the lump has been caused by something else. So likewise, the palpable cause is tanha, craving, but actual cause is not craving, feeling and contact. Okay, right. So now we're moving on to very long topic. I'm going to make it a bit shorter, but I make sure you understand everything. The part of the fourth noble truth, how can we get rid of this tanha? Ragakyo, dveshakyo, mohakyo. So I'm not going to make this session academic one, yeah. So just giving you a lot of information, but I'll just go through quickly. So what are the noble eightfold path? Right view, right intention, right speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and right concentration. If I ask this question from anybody, they definitely list out these eight. Moreover, they will list out in the two, right knowledge and right liberation. But we are not here tonight just to be academic and learn these things, okay? So we need to put this one into practice, okay? How are we going to do that? So, but before we going to do that, please remember this noble eightfold path we can split into three groups, which been done by Buddha and in Tripitaka, Pali Canon. So what are these? Morality or sila. What is that? Right speech, right action, right livelihood. And concentration. It means samadhi. What comes under that? Right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And thus one, the wisdom or panya, consisting of right view and right intention. Okay. So we're not going to learn any more theory now. Okay. So we're going to move on to the practical session. Okay. But if you want to learn more about the academic wise, I have all the slides I can show you later on. Okay, now let's see what is Passa Nirodha. Okay, now, so what is Buddha said in his first sermon, Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutta, yeah? So turning of Dhamma wheel. He said, Bhikkhu, we should not move on to any of the extremes. One is self-mortification, sensual pleasure. But we have to be in the middle, but still we should not crave onto that. You can see some scholars say, or some literature say, we have to be in the middle, like a seesaw. Yes, that is true. We have to be in the middle. Nevertheless, we should not cling on to middle either. Okay, let's see now what are these two ends. Okay, on like Buddha Rakkhita was highlighted to you. So I am taking Sibbani. Okay, so this is coming from Majje Sutta. Okay, Majje Sutta. So if you see, on left hand you got contact, on right hand arising of contact was sparsha and sparsha samudaya. Okay, so you got in one end is contact, sparsha, the other end is sparsha samudaya. In the middle, you have a person called Sibbani. Sibbani in Pali, in English, tailor. So what the tailor is doing, tailor is teaching us between the passa and passa samudaya, stitching. So with what he is teaching? With tanha. Okay. So on one side we got passa, on another side you got passa samudaya. And then another one is pleasant feeling on the one end, unpleasant feeling is another end, and neutral feeling is in the middle. And then on the another end, past, another end, future, present is in the middle. So this is what Buddhas mean by Majjhima Pratipada. Okay, so it means cessation of contact. We're going to refer to contact only today because this is a very long topic. Okay, now I believe you could understand. So on the seesaw, on one end we got contact, sparsha. On the other end, we got sparsha samudaya. So what we need to do now? We don't want sparsha, we don't want sparsha samudaya either, they're rising. So we want to cease this, which we call nirodha. Okay. So now I'm going to give you formula for nirvana. It may sound very funny, but still it does make sense. Okay, now let's take example. Now, as I said, what's happening with our body? Yeah, so what's happening with our body? So what we mean by living? So a person living means we pleasing eyes, seeing forms, we pleasing our sounds, hearing, we pleasing our nose, smelling, sorry, we pleasing our ears by sounds, we pleasing our nose by smelling, we pleasing our tongue by taste. So for today, we let's take about form pleasing eyes. Okay, now just imagine you have seen a form, very nice object you have seen. So this is the formula. Now, when I meets a form, an awareness arises. So it means rupa. When you see a rupa, there is a vinyana, which we call chakku vinyana. So your eye meets an object, then you have awareness, or we call chakku vinyana. Okay. So then what's wrong with this chakku vinyana? This context creates feeling, unfortunately. So whenever we had that contact, it causes pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling. Okay, but this could be normal because this is the case even with Arahat and Buddha, because Buddha also, if their eyes are open, if they're walking, if they can see the objects, definitely they have contact. They have chakku vinyana. They have pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral feeling. Okay, because example, if it is a fire, when they touch fire, One second, please. There is a message. I apologize. Excuse me, there is some message. Maybe one there. Unsuitable, unsuitable. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yes, Annasivatabo. Dil, absolutely, absolutely. No doubt. I can say why I did say that. Okay. Right. So then we said when I meet a form and awareness arise. Yeah, from now, if you can listen to me carefully, you could forget everything what I said over last 3 weeks. Yeah, you don't need to remember them. So when I meets a form, awareness arises, then we had feeling pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. So what is the trouble then? Nevertheless, we have a misconception of I see, I hear, I feel, I cognize. So I am the one seeing this object. This gives you a thing called Sakkaya Ditthi. It means we always think, I am seeing, I am hearing, yeah, then we make bhava. So bhava means being in English, and it co-making karma. So that's why we have another life. Okay. So I'll make it more simpler now. My Nivan formula. Okay, Nibbana formula. Okay, see, I form contact, yeah, and it give eye consciousness. Okay, so Buddha said, Chakkuncha paticca rupena chakku vinyana. So I form, make eye consciousness, which is chakku vinyana. Then tinnang sangati passo. These three things make sparsha. So what are the three things? Eye, form, eye consciousness. But if it was the ear, sound, and ear consciousness. Okay, so but as we have no time, we got only 1.5 hours. We take only one example. Okay, now I repeat. So because of the contact eye and form, we had eye consciousness, chakku vinyana. It means I know that this is an object, but I don't know anything about that object. I just had only contact. But contact is making us to feel either pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So example, if I saw a beautiful picture, so I have a pleasant feeling, ugly picture, unpleasant feeling, maybe just a plant or maybe a statue, yeah, just neutral feeling, okay? So that's the type of three feelings we have. So because of that feeling, we are going to crave. Remember our dependent origination cycle, yeah? So now craving is making clinging. So what's the meaning of clinging? I told you a story last time. The partner, two partners going on shopping, they seeing a painting. This is what most of you understood. And like I said, they asked very sensible questions on that scenario. So then husband and wife both like that painting. But husband is trying to leave the place, but wife was attached to that. So wife came home, one of them, wife or husband, yeah. Wife or husband, one of the partners came home and clinging into that, thinking during the night. See the difference between craving and clinging. So we call tanha and upadana. Not only tanha, but upadana, attachment. Okay, there was a nice story about monkeys and coconut shell. We can talk another day about this in Buddha's the history. So then craving means clinging. So then what's wrong with this clinging? So clinging makes bhava. So bhava means what? So not the next bhava. Yeah. So we're going to be in a different state of mind. Okay, I seen a nice, okay, let me give example. I seen a nice a woman, very beautiful. See now, my mental state is totally different now. I am enjoying now. Yeah. So sometimes it's young people in Sri Lanka, they said, I am getting atal, yeah, atal lekagatta. So it means my mentality is now totally changed. Some people say, ale andai, love is blind. Then I don't know what's happening around me because I am in a different bhava. Okay, now I talked to that woman. I asked, would you like to have a relationship with me? But she said, oh, who you are? I don't want to have any relationship with you. You look like a monkey or whatever. He said, no, I don't like you. Now see, my Baba totally changed now. Now I have aversion, anger, and then I am thinking, why did she say that? Am I so ugly? See, my bhava being changed now. See, we go into positive bhava, negative bhava. So, but if I died at that time, so then I have aversion due to my the last jnana, chuta sitta, yeah, chuta sitta, chuta vijnana, just the vijnana or consciousness I had before my death, I am going to definitely going to be in a hell. So I'm going to have a birth in a hell. But if it was vice versa, if I was just enjoying maybe something I'm doing in a temple, I died, then I have a good birth. Uh, Not that fortunate, but I'll be going to heaven. Yeah, but heaven is not the last destination for Buddhist. Okay, then I had Bhava. So then what this Bhava is doing? Bhava facing jati, birth, jara, decay, marana. It means now the word I use, sorry, the atal. That atal is having a birth now. Okay, I had a good atal, good joy. But that joy is decaying now. Whenever that lady is going away, it's going to decay. So once she left, it's died. Okay, so my bhava. So subjected to be jati, jara, marana. So that's what Buddha said. Whenever we see uppadavai dhammino, uppajjitva nirujjantu, te sangupa samo sukho. Yeah, so you know when someone died, so our monks normally round the dead body, so they're chanting, yeah. So uppadavai dhammino, uppajjitva nirujjantu, te sangupa samo sukho. They don't mean about this dead body. They are chanting not for the body, for the people who alive. So it means these lamentation, pain, despair, they all the things subjected to be birth, decay, and death. Jati, Jara, Marana. So if we can understand the impermanent nature, anitya and unsatisfactory nature, dukkha and non-self nature, they not under control of us, then we are realizing the nibbana, because we not letting these thoughts to have another birth. If there is no birth, there is no decay. If there is no decay, there is no death. Okay, so this is very important formula. So the problem I said again, so we have self-evolution, Sakkaya Ditti. Very difficult to get rid of this Sakkaya Ditti. Buddha gave a very nice example. So he said, Ananda, do you know how difficult to get rid of this Sakkaya Ditti? Buddha, Ananda Thero said, the Bhagyavatun Vahansa, Sir Buddha, can you see this Lichavi Rajdaru? It means the children of, the princess of the king Lichavi, they shooting with arrows. So, but you know, how can they shoot? They can even shoot through, the, what do you call, horse hair, like, you know, the horse fur. So they can even send that arrow to peeling off one hair of a horse. Yeah. So I mean, they are just hanging somewhere the fur of the horse. So they can send that arrow through a tiny horse fur, horse hair. So Buddha saying, if Lichavi Rajadaruan could do that, if princes can do that, how difficult that is. But Sakkaya Ditthi, getting rid of Sakkaya Ditthi Ananda is more, far, far difficult. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the problem is whenever your eye meets a form and awareness, Vedana arises. So Vedana can be pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. But when I see a beautiful woman, why should I put I in that? So then I think, Kamal, I am seeing this woman. So then I am going to have all the other, these craving, clinging, bhava, jati, jara, marana. So stop there? Now I am going home. Okay. So I saw a beautiful woman. I saw a nice, cute baby. So I am going home now. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to tell my wife. Yeah. So I just give example, just to make a joke. Yeah. Okay. Now what's going to happen now? So sorrow, lamentation, grief, pain, despair. Yeah. So I am thinking stressful, depressed, or why I couldn't get that woman. So I wanted to have a relationship. I mean, this is the best example I could suggest. That's why you can easily remember, like my other examples I gave you. So depressed, yeah. Then finally, because separation from what one likes and not getting what I wanted. So why it's happened? Because of I been clinging onto my five aggregates. Okay. So it means Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Means form, feeling, perception, and then mental formation and consciousness. Same thing if I seen someone whom I did not like. Yeah. So same formula applied. So I seen someone whom I did not like. So then let's put this to this formula. Okay, so I seen someone whom I did not like. Yeah, so then I had unpleasant feeling. So unpleasant feeling is now craving. So I think, okay, this is the man I don't like. He did something to me the other day. Now I am clinging now. I go home. I am talking to wife and say, look, I met that man today. See, now I am making bhava. So before I saw that man, I was in one bhava, one type of mental state. But now my bhava is um, different one. Then my wife says, no, forget about that. He's no more here. He's gone now. Why you think about him? No, but still I haven't lost, till I lose my temper, I am thinking about him. Then what are the karma I gather? So mentally, I am thinking bad about that man. So mano sankhar, okay, mental formation in the mind, and then thinking about beautiful woman, mano sankhar again, and then speech. Then I am thinking, oh, how nice woman she is. So then that is vachi sankar. It means mental formation without my speech. Then I am saying to wife, look, that man, I should have hit him, killed him. See, vachi sankar. Then after that woman, so I would have had the desire to touch her probably, or just to shake hand. So that is now kaya sankara. And then if I had to hit that man, kaya sankara. So due to pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, I had craving, clinging, and bhava. And bhava making jati, jara, marana, soka, parideva, dukkha, domanassa, upayasa, and all sort of thing. Okay, now as I need to give you to ask questions, So I am going to now start our practical session. So don't close your eyes. Okay. Can you see what you can see on this picture? Can anyone tell me, please? Please unmute your speaker. And what can you see? Sorry?
You can see a vase and you can see two women.
Okay, you can see two women.
And
Can
a vase
anyone
as
else
well.
see? Sorry?
And a vase as well.
Sorry?
Vase.
And a vase.
Okay, some of you can see a flower vase, some of you can see a woman. Okay, good.
We can see both.
Two women, yeah. Okay, what about this one? How many animals can you see on this picture?
You can see it's a form of a frog, it looks anyway.
Frog. It looks frog.
Frog.
Can you
And
see any
see
other?
two, frog and horse. Frog and horse.
Frog and horse. Look,
Yeah.
if I turn this by 90 degrees, I can see a horse. Now see, everyone had the same picture, but picture is doing nothing. Your eye is not doing anything. The perception is the one changing our mentality. Otherwise, everyone who see this picture should see two women. Or otherwise, everyone should see this picture, should see a flower vase. Or everyone who should see this picture should see a frog. Everyone who should see this picture should not see maybe a horse. Yeah, so it means, can you see now? So what's happening then? So the problem is whenever we contacted, when we had eye conscious, so we had feelings. So these feelings are different. If you can remember 5 aggregates, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sanya Sutra even, yeah. So it means that our Sanya, our perception is the one decide. Okay, Indra is coming to the session, decide what our thoughts are. See now, if I see two women, my perception, I am thinking about two women now. I may think, okay, they are going to kiss, okay? I can see the open lips, yeah? So then I have many mentality, karmic effect. I am thinking about two women. But if someone saw a flower vase, he is going to or she is going to think about flower vase. Yeah. So see, I am now making calmer because I see two women. But in fact, I didn't see two women. Everyone saw the same picture, but the problem is my sanya. So sanya is the one taking us to collect, gather karma. So in here, now I see a frog. I want to kill this frog because I don't like frogs. Yeah. See, now I had mental formation. Then I am saying others, bring something. I want to kill this frog. And then I had speech formation, mental formation. Yeah. So mano karma and vachi karma. And then once I get that thing, I just kill. So finally, I gathered Kaya Sankar. I'm not going to give the example about women or flower vase, yeah, but you know what I mean, yeah. What if I would have done with the flower vase, what I would have done with two women, you understand. But if I saw the horse, see, my mentality is now different. So then maybe I want to have a horse ride. So maybe like a horse meat candle, I want to kill the horse and eat. Or otherwise, I just get rid of horse. I am scared of horse. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, problem is not, example, if you see a chair, okay, if you see a chair, you see only okay, let's say the triangle. If you see a triangle, you see just 3 lines, but the word triangle is given by us. Otherwise, if you see this screen, you can say practical session. These are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 English letters. But If you start to think about this word, then it is the one causing problem to us. Then we are judgmental. That's why when we do meditation, we have to be non-judgmental. Because when I see these two women, I became judgmental. When I see the flower vase, I became judgmental. Okay, now we're going to start our meditation session. Because as I need to give you time to ask questions on this confusing topic. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, now please sit comfortably. Sit upright if you could, in less distractive place. Listen to 3 bells carefully. Bring your attention to the present moment. Past is gone, future hasn't come yet. Please concentrate on 3 bells. Okay, now please bring your attention to your feet and see in your mind the point of contact. So bring your whole attention to your feet. So don't think about the past is gone. Don't think about the future. It hasn't come yet. So this is awareness of the present moment. We're going to experience, remember on our one extreme we had past on the seesaw, on the other extreme we had future, but we coming to the present moment, but with no judgment, not craving, okay? Now, gently guide your attention to your knee joints and see your knee joints in your mind. And any pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral sensations take non-judgmentally. Remember, this all happening due to contact, pus. So don't leave this pus to go to pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. You understand COVID is due to COVID-19. So this pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling is due to your pus, your contact. So therefore we try to get rid of this contact. Otherwise it causes pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling. So like that, we're going to scan our body. Just imagine you are a scan machine. You are not a judge. Otherwise, just imagine you are in a court of law in the gallery. So judge is doing judgment. Your job is just observing what's happening there. So you are an observer, observing our body parts, okay? So over half a minute, we observing our knee joints. Observing our knee joints with no judgment. Now, most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, don't just do meditation as a concept. We need to reflect on it. So any pleasant, unpleasant feelings, just observe with no judgment, no attachment. If you're going to attach, it will give you feeling, which causes craving. and birth, bhava. Just see the feeling with samma ditti. It means what is samma ditti? See the things as they really are, but not the way you want them to be. Now please move your attention to elbow joints straight up as we have limited time. So don't look at your knee joints now because it belongs to the past. So we're experiencing what's happening right now. Move your attention to your neck, please. Can you see these feelings are impermanent, non-self? So see the impermanent nature and non-self nature of these feelings. When they won't stay the way you want them to be, it causes dissatisfaction or dukkha. Now slowly guide your attention to your nostril area between the tip of the nose and upper lip. And start observing your in-breath as you breathe in, observing your out-breath as you breathe out. So satova assa sati, so satova passa sati. But I bring to you Buddha's simile. Think about you are a gatekeeper. So you're at the gate, observing people coming in, observing people going out with no judgment. So we practicing only the first step of Anapanasati today, which is observing in breath, observing out breath, seeing the impermanent nature of this breath. Sometimes it's long, sometimes short, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, and non-self. We can't control that. Observing breath. Any thoughts to come in your mind, let them go. Be generous. Don't push them. Don't pull them. Just imagine your mind is like the sky. Your thoughts are like clouds. So let clouds pass by the sky. Same as let your thoughts and emotions pass by the mind. You know why they are appearing? Due to passa. Passa pachaya vedana. Vedana causing tanha. So then let us not let them have in your mind. We don't push, we don't pull, just acknowledge. Okay, gently open your eyes. Now, if you see the screen, so we're going to practice with open eyes what Buddha said in Bahya Sutta. So what did Buddha say? Buddha said, Bahya, you should train yourself in reference to the scene, there will be only the scene. So only after passa, no Vedana. Okay. So what is seen? Just seen. Ditte dittamantang bhavisati, like Samantha asked last week. In reference to the heard, only the heard. Yeah, sute sutamantang bhavisati. In reference to the sense, only the sense. In reference to the cognize, only the cognize. Ditte dittamantang, sute sutamantang, vinyan, yeah, ditte, anyway, you understand in English. Ditte dintamantam bhavisati, sute sutamantam bhavisati. Yeah, and then finally, vinyani vinyanvattam bhavisati. So in reference to the cognize, only the cognize. So Bahya, there is no you in connection with that. This is the important fact. When there is no you in connection with that, there is no you there. When there is no you there, you are neither here nor yonder nor between the two. This is the end of stress. Okay. So let us see these pictures now, like Bahya scene with your open eyes. For over 2 minutes, shall we practice what Bahya practice? So be non-judgmental, just see the picture. If you see the vase, that's fine. If you see women, that's fine, but no feeling. So it's not going to crave. So like Buddha Rakkhitastero said, there is a symphony, the tailor. We don't tailor to stitch us. Okay, so passa pachaya vedana. Okay, I let you to meditate. Now I'm going to remove the picture. So, but that picture is still in your mind. Can you notice that? So even you close your eyes, you can see that picture is in your mind. That is called illusion, moha. Okay, because we have just chitta jarupa, only mental picture. See, now I am going home with that mental picture about the flower vase or about two women. So I am thinking about how could I have that flower vase? Yeah, how could I talk to these two women? But unfortunately, there are no women here. There is a black color thing, yeah, and there is a like nose, like lips, like chin, but I am the one making a woman in my mind because you can see just a color and a shape. So we see always on objects colors and shape, but we are the one giving a value to that. I'll give you example. Last thing before I finish. Just say you have a very old Almira, okay, very old one. So you don't like it. Maybe it was given by your parents as dowry. So now you don't like it anymore because it's too old. Okay. So then suddenly a friend came to you and say, "Oh, look, Margaret, very nice Elmira. This is a nice antique. I would like to buy it. I would give you £6,000 for that." See, now the value being changed is the perception because the Elmira was not valuable at all till yesterday, but today your friends gave a value to that. So you see the same Elmira now in different way. See, the same shape, same color, the same way is broken, but you now have a different mentality because of that Elmira. So it means the perception. Yeah. So it means the perception and the mentality is the one deciding our perception, not the form, not the eye. So don't blame the eye. Like I said, my Dhammanupassana session, don't blame the eye, don't blame the object. You have to blame the rope between the eye and the object, which we call sangyojana, yeah, the bond. So once we break the bond, the eye is coming to this side, object is going to that side. You have no sakkaya ditthi. Okay, thank you very much. Theruvan Saranai to everyone. And any questions, please? So I put you my Nirvana formula. If you have any questions from that. But this is the most important thing you have to take from these 4 days sessions, nothing else.
Dr. Kamal, can I ask a
Yes,
small?
yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, please
It's
call me as Kamal, yeah.
yeah, it's a very simple thing. To me, it is not that simple.
Okay, yeah, it's not simple unless we have developed our seal,
Yes.
morality.
What I want to know is, what is when you say not to be judgmental for a thing?
Okay, not to be judgmental.
Yes.
Okay, right, good.
How can you explain it in a better way
Yeah,
for me?
okay, better way. Yeah, okay, it means without vinischaya. It means like this. Now, just say, as I said, because I had the habit when I was a child, my dad was going for the panel of that, what do you call, thing. So I go to just see the court. So I am sitting in the gallery. Okay.
Yes.
So I can see judges giving judgment and proctors, lawyers, they're talking on behalf of their client. I am just seeing what's happening only. So judgment means when I see, okay, I take my example. Yeah. So I see these two women. Okay. So when I see these two women, I'm going to judge. A judge means I am putting labels on it. Look, there are two black women. Yeah. So otherwise, I think one is going to kiss the other one. So otherwise, I think Okay, there is a flower vase. So I think it's nice flower vase. It must be very expensive. So it means we go against bar here. It means whenever you saw something, you have you in that, Sujata. So
Yes.
therefore, instead of your reference to scene, there is only the scene, you're going to make label. A very simple example. I saw someone in the street. I am going with my partner. So my partner just did see it, didn't say anything, not thinking about anything. Then I will ask her, who is that man? Do you know him? I think this, I think that. But he looks very, very smart. Or otherwise, he look very, very clever. He look very strong. So this thing called judgment. Yeah. So example,
Yes.
whenever you had a pleasant feeling, so when you had a feeling, when you do meditation, then you're
Yes.
going to judge. This is a pleasant feeling. This is an unpleasant feeling. This is a neutral feeling. But fair enough. Once you judge and you saw it is pleasant, but if you're going to further judge it, which type of pleasant feeling? Why I am getting this pleasant feeling? That's called, Ms. Jata, judgment.
Yes, I understand that, but
Hmm.
it has very deep something in it. I feel more than what we feel as a judgment, as you saying, court of law. We see that, okay. Then
Yeah.
I judge a person. Uh, it's a superficial, just looking at a person. I see this person as smart or handsome or something.
Yeah, so that then you're making karmic effect. But if you just saw
Uh-huh.
it and smart, that's fine. But the problem is, see, now we had the feeling, so pleasant feeling, yeah. So then, if I am going to crave to that handsome man, and then I am going to have clinging to that man, then I go home with that mentality. Then I have birth of different thoughts. Then I have decaying of different thoughts. Then finally I end up with a different bhava. In case at that time if I face death, so that consciousness, chuti vinyana, may
Yes.
take to a negative place. Does it make sense?
I think I got it. Not that I didn't get it, but I wanted to sort of get more deeper into it. I got it, doctor. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Because I don't, to be honest, I don't like to go to a Abhidharma thing because
Ah,
I mean, it's better to understand at this level rather
okay.
than being very, very academic. I mean, what we need to do is not to be judgmental. But I am saying, whenever you see a man with a gun on in the street, you have to ignore him, yeah, because he may shoot you.
Yes.
But I did not mean that way. But if we are being judgmental all the time on positive things, on negative things, that's the trouble. Because example, someone, you are, maybe someone told you off, like I said last time, your boss told you you're not good. Okay, if I take that word as a just word, being non-judgmental, it means why did he say to me? So what did I do wrong? So then it's making unnecessary karma. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, one second, please. There is
Thank
a
you very much.
question. Yeah, so yes, I understand it's all about the perception, but then so what do we do with the perception? Example, I see the flower in the bag. Okay, good example. My perception is to make a cake. Okay. Uh, how tasty the cake will be, but if I change my perception, the flour is just powdery stuff in a bag. This does not stop me origination. Yeah, I mean, what we all need to stop is not only the tanha, but the clinging. For example, you had to bake a cake or you had to eat cake. So fine, once you eaten, you forgot about it. You're not going to cling on to it. Okay, can I have this type of cake again? So can I bake another cake like this? You thinking about this. I'll give you example. This comes from Tibet. It's a Tibet story. So one senior monk who was Arahat, going on the street, in the street with his junior monk. So whenever go along the road, they saw a beautiful woman is trying to cross a small stream, but the stream is nearly overflowing. So then that woman looked like need help. So what this strong and the elderly monk did, he just asked, would you like any help? She said, yes, please. So what he did was he put her on his shoulder and helped her to cross the stream. So now both were going to the temple. So now about after a couple of hours time, the junior monk is saying, monk sir, what you did was very wrong today. Then he asked, what did I do wrong? Even he can't remember what he did. He said, well, you're not supposed to touch a woman. You just grab her and you put her on your shoulder. You help her to cross the river. He said, so what's wrong with that? Because I just left that woman on the bank, but you are still keeping that woman in your mind. So who is wrong? Am I wrong or you are wrong? See now, there is no karmic effect. It's like a kriyasid. So what he did was is already finished. It belongs to the past, but this junior monk is still keeping in his mind, like our cake thing. Okay. So therefore we may have, like I said, once Buddha said, so I like Kimbulwat Nuara, Kimbulwat city wind. It was nice. So it is true because now Buddha felt that that wind was very nice because it is his hometown, but he was not clinging to that. He liked it. He had pleasant feeling, but no craving onto it, no clinging onto it. Our problem is the craving and clinging, not just Vedana.
Can I ask a question, Doctor?
Yeah, of course, Lakshmi Miss.
About this Sankara Dukkha,
Yeah.
can people, I mean, ordinary people who have not entered the stream, understand this Sankara Dukkha, or is it only the Arahat state that you can understand the Sankara Dukkha?
Understand only at the after Anagami. Yes. I mean, we can just see it as a concept, Lakshmi Miss, but definitely they are the one who can understand. For example, now, if I show you, yeah, give me a second, please. Now, it depends on which stage you are. I mean, whether you Sotapanna or, let me grab a slide.
So you have to be in the path. Yes.
Yeah, you have to be in the path. So, example, if I show you what we normally, let me see, there was a slide. If you give me a second, please.
Okay.
That's a good question, yeah. Because I should not give wrong understanding. Yeah. Four Noble Truth, yeah. Okay. Now, depending on which path, which level you are. So Buddha said these things. Yeah. Now, this is about Jan. I don't like to talk about Jan. Yeah. Now 10 fetters, Lakshmi means. Now, so depending on whether you Sotapanna, whether you Sakrudagami, Anagami, or Arahat. Yeah. So it means now whenever you reach, just say, anagami one, so you can see craving for material existence. So then, but till you go over anagami one, you're not going to see exactly the pancha upadana skandha dukkha. So why? We always have a thing called, what do you call that in Sinhala? Asmimane. Okay, so Asmimane, we may got rid of Sakkaya Ditti, but still we may have Asmimana. You can see here conceit. Yeah, so till we get rid of that, we still can have that. So I think so. Still there is me and I. Yeah. So therefore, you're absolutely right, because till you get rid of all the other seven fetters, so you still have conceit, man.
Yeah,
So
there are two stages, isn't it? Now, although you have attained so on, you still
well, if you see now, ARS now Sahavasa Dasana Sampadaya Tayasu Dhamma Jahita Bhavanti Sakkaya Ditti Vichikichitancha Silabbatangva Piyadatti Kinchi. So when you so on, so you got rid of three fetters. Sakkaya.
you have not even completely got rid of, isn't it? You have just identified.
No, Sakkaya Ditti you got rid of, but conceit, man, is still there. For example, now now was the lady Visakha. So Visakha was, when she was 7, she attained Sotapanna. So it means she did not have Sakkaya Ditti, Vichikicha, and Silabbata Paramasa. However, whenever her granddaughter died, she started to cry. So it means then we have a doubt, okay, how come if Visakha had no self-illusion, Sakkaya Ditti, why she was crying, but still she has man, conceit. So it means there is a view that this is my daughter. So therefore you're right, because still she was having the feeling of 5 aggregates.
So they had like Anusaya.
Anusaya, that's the one, Anusaya. So it means the hidden one.
Yeah.
Or otherwise Vanchanika Dharma or Anusaya, hidden ones. So therefore, till you become Arahat, yes, there can be. See, now still we have Vyapad, ill will, yeah. So though we've been even Sotapan, so therefore you have to be on the path, and step by step you have to eliminate these fetters. So, but most importantly, to eliminate difficult thing is the Sakkaya Ditti. So it means, so what is that? So I always think I am the body. I possess a body. The body is mine. The body is in myself, or I am in the body. So 20 type of Sakkaya Ditti. Otherwise, feeling is me. I am in feeling. So I am the feeling. Yeah, I possess feeling. I possess perception. I possess vinyan. I possess mental formation. I possess consciousness. Always me, I am there. It is in me. So this is the Sakkaya Ditti, very difficult to get rid of. We can talk like a concept, like academic subject, but if we try to reflect on that, that's not that easy.
Thank you, and Sirvan Saranai.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Dr. Kamal?
Yeah, please.
Oh, hi. Hi, Dr. Kamal. Can I just...
Samantha, yeah.
Hi.
Were you there? I was praising you because you understood last time like part of Kondanya. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure about that,
Yeah.
Doctor, but I'm still learning, investigate.
Yeah, you are learning, but you
Yeah.
got the right message last time, the way you asked the last question from me. So what is your
Okay,
question today?
thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
So basically, I was just trying to understand what you nicely explained, where when you have the two objects, the I and the external object and the internal object, and that gives rise to the consciousness.
Okay, is that the one you put on the chat box? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I just see now. Okay, in the dependent origination after consciousness, there is Nama Rupa, but within Nama there is also consciousness. Within Nama there is consciousness. Yeah, okay. Can you please explain the dependent nature of consciousness, the two learning on each other? This is explained in the simile of the bamboo. What does mean? Okay, bamboo means, consciousness means you can just peel off the bamboo, but you won't get anything at the end. Yeah. So that's the bamboo example. But if you go to,
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking, like, so when you have, so the consciousness link comes, then after conscious, you get nama rupa, and within the nama element, you've got vedana, sanya, sankara, vijnana. So there's a vijnana there, and then you got the consciousness on the other side, like the two bamboos leaning on each other.
yeah, but the thing is, Miss Samantha, this the word, like example, if I am a doctor in the hospital, I am called by doctor. Okay. So in my house, I am called by husband or father. So when I come to this session, I am called by uh, medic, uh, meditation speaker, practitioner. So like that, the Vijnana also has, in contents you have to understand, Vijnana is not always the same thing we're talking about.
Ah.
Example, let me explain 5 aggregates. Now,
Yes, that's it.
actually 5 aggregates does not work like this. Okay, so now it works this way. Now whenever you see, we things, first form, first second feeling, then perception, then sankar, then consciousness. No, not this way. Now in terms of 5 aggregates vijnana, this is the way it works. Okay, you seen something. Okay, then you already had chakku vijnana. Okay,
Yeah.
so that chakku vijnana means I saw this phone. So it means I had chakku vijnana. So that's the, now after form, already I got vijnana the second place. So then once I saw the big phone, that chakku vijnana, so we said tinnang sangati passo. So then it makes the passa. Okay, so it means that passa is making the vedana. Then I am going to see whether this phone is nice one or not nice one or neutral one. Okay, so it means sparsha made uh, the feeling. So then feeling is the one making perception, sanya. To be honest, according to Abhidharma, whenever you see the rupa, that also a sanya. Sanya means, if you heard that Sanya Sutra, so it means Sanya means anything is Sanya. Now, example, you listening to my talk, this is called Dhamma Sanya. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It means first comes form, second comes consciousness,
Yeah.
third comes feeling perception, and then mental formation. So just say, now when I had mental formation, I am dying now. Okay. So I had something, heart attack. So then suddenly I am dying. So I saw that many things, like, whenever we die, we have gati nimiti. Yeah. So it means now the things comes to my mind. The last consciousness we call chuti vijnana, but that is not that vijnana which we were talking about. That's what I said. In hospital, I am doctor, but in my house, I am husband or dad, and in here, I'm a speaker. So therefore, depend on the, now Sankara also same that. I mean, if we can have a lecture on Sankara, we can take about a day. Because
Yeah.
there are different types of Sankara, but we think only Sankara is Kaya Sankara, Mano Sankara, and Vachi Sankara. There are a lot. Then Punya Sankara, Apunya Sankara, Aninja Sankara. So like that, that consciousness and the consciousness you're talking about is two different things, but we give the same name.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
sometimes
therefore,
I've heard it's being referred to as attention and awareness. They're all different. Is that the sort of thing?
yeah, it's very difficult to convert that to English. I mean, then we get really confused. Like
Sure.
I said last week, I show you that certain errors, yeah, in English literature. So always people think after Rupa, straight away Vedana is coming. How can you have Vedana if you were not conscious about that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So in order to have feeling, you have to have consciousness first. So
Yeah.
therefore, first Rupa, then Chakku Vijnana, then feeling. No, before that Passa, Sparsha.
Yeah.
Then after that Vedana, then perception and mental formation. That is in this life. But if I am going to die, then I am going to have Chuti Vijnana, which is another name now, same name but different context.
Lovely.
And then it will give me Pratisandhi Vijnana for the next life.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay, then another one. Can I ask a question? Can you please explain something to MW?
That's from me.
Yeah, MW means Miss Dil?
So what I wanted to ask is first but regarding the last thing you mentioned, some teachers, for example, Ajahn Amaro, he will say the consciousness that comes in the five aggregates, which comes before the Vedana, he calls it sensory or discriminatory consciousness. To say that.
Yeah, Miss Dil, in English there are a lot of translations because whenever two twin brothers went to Buddha and asked, can you translate this one? So I want to write it down. Buddha said to those two, I can't remember their names. Buddha said, never translate this Buddhism from Magadhi language, from Pali language to any other language. This has to be carried word by words, yeah, word of mouth. And then you need to tell that in your own language, because especially if we not English, our language is not really native, though we are very fluent in English, but emotionally the way we grab that is bit different. For example, now we had a very big confusion. Remember from the very first first session about the danger thing, isn't it? So, but this is the word they giving in the English literature. So therefore, but now some people will not agree with that. But this is the only word we can use from English vocabulary to explain this one, this asad. So therefore, whenever something being translated to English, yeah, John Amaro, and then there are many other English speakers, they giving many explanations. But most important thing is, Miss, to understand the contents. Now, for example, like Miss Samantha's question. Now, we said about five aggregates, yeah, here. So therefore we think, but all the books it is written, if you want, you could contact Tildiniye Amita Tero from Nottingham Temple or Valimad Jinalankar Tero from New Zealand. So they are my teachers really. So I'm learning really from them. So they don't like me to be academic. They always say, come on, look, now just try to understand the context on that. Now, how can you get vijnana just after feeling? Because if you're going to feel that, you already had vijnana. If you did not have consciousness, how come you have feeling? So therefore, first it comes form, then after that consciousness, chakku vijnana, gana vijnana, sota vijnana, jivha vijnana, whatever. Then after that, you're going to have feeling on that. once you have the consciousness. So therefore, please try not to too much stick to English words, because the way they've been translated, I'm not saying they're not right, but the way we grab them is not the way we think that. The people in that particular language, the way thinking is different from the way we think in our language. That's the trouble. Now, very good example I told you last time. Now, laukika means mundane, yeah, and then lokottara means in English supramundane. Okay, so now sometimes we may have a wrong understanding. It means laukika is good, supramundane is become supramundane. It means better than laukika, but it does not say what lokottara means. Lokottara means beyond 5 aggregates. When someone is not having aggregates, we call this loka uttara. Lokain itaravu. Which lokain? Not from this world. As akshiloke, kanaloke, divaloke, nasaloke, hamaloke. That's what Buddha said, the loke, because nachakinchi loke upadhyati. So, but we think loke means this loke, this world, manushya loke. No, but that's not the loke. Loke means these 6 loka which we have in our body. So therefore, we have to be very careful if you're learning Buddhism in English. Yeah. So I'm not criticizing, but your question shows to me even how difficult to understand, because whenever we translate these ones, it's very difficult. Because as I saw you last time, on the Pali Text Society, I'm also a member. Walpul Rahul Tero shows one mistake in books. I also saw one mistake, so I'm going to write to them. So then it gives the wrong interpretation to a reader. So therefore, we should not try to take this subject as an academic one. We need to practice this without thinking about these words. Was the most important, why, for example, why we need any words to practice this formula? Yeah, just be honest. Yeah. So this is Sibbani. Now, Buddharakkhita Thero is very the famous and very educated, 100 times more than myself. Yeah, explaining this Sibbani, the how to get rid of passa nirodha. So why can't we use this formula? Yeah. So if we know this one, why can't we use ditte dittamanta? Do we need any vocabulary? Just be honest. Why we need to know more if we have the tool? This is the tool. If you have a tool, screwdriver to remove the nail, yeah. So what is the point we looking for another tool? This is enough. So when I meets a form, awareness arise, contact creates feeling, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. So then we can stop where the contact, we have no trouble. No craving, no clinging, no bhava, no jati, no jara, no marana. Is it? Don't you agree? Don't you agree?
I agree perfectly. It was just that I know that the 5 senses, so for me it's very clear when you say.
Yeah, so therefore my question is tonight, why we need more? Because Buddha gave us a very simple method. But only thing is we need to develop sila. For example, if we now just say we're going to do something kaya karma, just say something we're doing very badly with our body. But if we even don't follow 5 precepts, like Susan said last time, so then we can't practice this, because sila is the key. If we don't have at least 5 precepts keeping, so we can't practice this formula, because we are not, we may have wrong intention. Like we said, samma ditti, samma sankappa. It means the wrong intention. So why we have wrong intention? Because we don't have sila, morality. So therefore we meant to kill someone. We meant to drink alcohol. We meant to have sexual misconduct because we don't have sila. Because we had passa. So like I said, whenever I saw a bottle of alcohol, I had this parsha vedana. I like that bottle of alcohol. So I'm going to drink it now because now passa pacha vedana pacha tanha pacha then upadana bhava, the cycle is going on. But if I had the morality, if I was keeping the precept of the fifth precept, yeah, so I would have not drunk it. So then no trouble. So therefore, though I did not have time to go through the whole noble eightfold path, starting with sammadit, it means the way, the see the things as they really are. Yata bhuta jnane. And then right intention. When I saw these two women, if I had a bad intention, my karma is different. If I had a good intention, my karma is different. If I had neutral intention, it's different. Then samma vacha. So if I had a bad intention, my words going to be very bad. Yeah. So I'm using maybe S words or whatever towards these women. But if I had a good intention, I am using better words. Yeah. So how nice woman, how are you? Where are you from? Yeah. So like that. And then finally samma kammant. So depending on that, then I am going to do either good thing to them or to bad thing to them. Therefore, this uh, eight noble path is really interconnected. So did I say another question, please? Thank you very much for the valuable talk, Dr. Kamal, and much merit to you for opening. Thanks very much. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Kamal. That's very good advice. As your experience is needed to understand the truth. Knowledge, vision, wisdom, Buddha said sadhu sadhu. Yeah. Then the other thing is right effect. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Right effect. If we don't have right samma vayama, yeah, that is the another part of the noble eightfold path, we can't do anything. So then we fail. No samma ditti, no samma sankappa, no samma vacha. But in order to have that, we need to be the seventh factor, right mindfulness. So what is right mindfulness? Not going to the past, not going to the future, not clinging to the present moment, and not be judgmental, and we see the things as they really are. I am not seeing at a beautiful picture, not the way I want it to be. See now what's happening in our families sometimes. I want my wife to behave like I want her to be behaved. But wife is a different character. Or my wife wants me to behave like the way she wants. So that's not sammadhi. So why can't we see this is five aggregates is doing that? Yeah, it's not wife because my five aggregates and her five aggregates. So that is called yata bhuta jnana or samma ditti. See the things as they really are. At the ඇතිසැටියෙන් දකින්න. ඔබට දකින්නට ඕන විදිහට නෙවෙයි ඒක දකින්න ඕන. යථා භූත ඥාන. Okay, 1 second, please. Thank you very much for the great teaching. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, any other questions, please? Okay, if you have no more questions, thank you very much. So my advice, just the suggestion is please remember this formula. Whenever you see something in the street, whenever you had any argument, always try to practice this one. You don't need any more. Yeah, or otherwise please practice what Bahya attain Nibbana. Yeah, only practicing this one. But we have a misconception. People saying Bahya could do that because Bahya did a lot of ping lot of punya karma in the last life. Yeah, could be. There is evidence that when he was under Kashyapa Buddha, he was just meditating. But how do we know? Maybe we also have this punya karma. So then why can't we try? Okay, if you have any more questions, please ask. Otherwise, we can discontinue. Okay then. So then I'm going to check whether any more questions. They all are good feedback. Thank you very much for sending me good feedbacks. But I have to take them neutral, yeah, but I am happy. Very, very impressive feedbacks. I really appreciate them. But like we see the eight worldly things, Ashtaloka Dhamma, yeah. So we try to take everything neutral, otherwise we may have pleasant feeling and then the karmic effect. Yeah, but you made my day. Thanks very much. Okay, I'm going to log you out if you have no objections. Sad, sad, sad.